Well, it's time to check in with KHQA's own Chad Douglas, who is live in the field this morning. He is at the Quincy Public Library.
That's right. He's showing us that you can always ask for help, and sometimes you need to do that when you go to the library.
That's right. I'm here at the Ask Here desk with Katie Krauser with the Quincy Public Library. Good morning, Katie.
Good morning, Chad.
So my first question for you, what is the Ask Here desk?
The Ask Here desk is the reference desk. This is the place that we would love to have patrons come and ask us for help. That's why we have librarians, and that is one of the reasons that we have this lovely large desk here with the sign that says Ask Here. One of the best things to do is just to ask us for assistance in finding the materials that you want. We want to be able to show you how to use the catalog, how to log into your library card account, how to put things on hold. Also, if we're not the items that you want are not available here at the Quincy Public Library, then we can order them in from other libraries, and that's interlibrary loan. We love offering this as a service, and it is really one of our most popular things. No library in the world can own everything that you want, everything that's printed or published or that has been put out on video or music CD. So we can get those things from other libraries, and it's just a great service. We have paper forms that you can fill out, or you can log on to OCLC WorldCat and enter your information there, find the item that you want, and it electronically goes to our interlibrary loan staff, who will then order it from the proper library.
So then you just have to wait a few days for it to get here.
It usually takes about 10 days to 2 weeks, depending on where the item is coming from. We do not loan holiday items, and so we can't borrow those in either. And there are certain things that we can't get. Usually the best sellers we will not try to order for about 6 months. If they're not available here, we have to wait that long, just so that the home library, the holding libraries, patrons have a chance to
do it first,
get the materials first.
That makes sense. All right, we've got a lot to learn here at the Ask Here desk, and we're going to do it all morning long. Kristen, Tegan?
No matter what, I always have to ask for help when I'm there looking for a book, and they're just always so, don't worry, we can look it up.
Because sometimes maybe the book isn't back where it was supposed to be, and they know exactly where to find it.
Exactly. Well, it's time to check in with KHQA's own Chad Douglas, who is out and about in the tri-state area this morning. He's at the Quincy Public Library.
That's right. He's joining us live to talk about what the Quincy Public Library can offer.
Yep, we're at the Ask Here desk at the Quincy Public Library with Katie Krauser with the library. Katie, what is the #1 question you get asked at the Ask Here desk?
Well, I would have to say that the #1 question we get is, how do I use a computer, or how do I get onto a computer? And that is very important because, of course, since our renovation, we have added 3 times as many computers as we used to have, which is wonderful for the public because we want them to be able to have that access. We also have wireless internet access, so if people have their own laptops, they can bring it in, or their own wireless devices, Kindles, iPads, Nooks, whatever, you can bring that in and connect to the internet as well. To use one of our computers, we do require that anyone who is eligible for a Quincy Public Library card or a Townships of Quincy Library card must have one.
Okay.
That is a little bit different than we used to do. There are guest passes. If there is someone that is coming in from out of town, visiting a relative, something like that, we can set you up with a guest pass. But we really want everyone in town to understand how vital it is that they have a library card, how important it can be, and how many resources you can use with that card.
Now, everyone knows the library is crammed full of books, and it used to be, if you haven't been to the library in a while, you'd go to the card catalog for the Dewey Decimal System, you'd pull out the drawer and you'd look for the little index card to find the book. That doesn't exist anymore, at least in physical.
Physically, we do not keep that up anymore because it is very expensive to keep up, and it's hard to do that, and it's so much more accessible if you can do it online. So we have our online library card catalog. We still refer to it as the card catalog sometimes, but you can log into this from anywhere. You do not have to be here in the library. Your library card is your password into that world. You can renew items online, you can put holds on things online. All of that can happen from the Quincy Public Library
We're going to show you how to use this here coming up in just a bit.
Absolutely.
All right, so stand by. We have more from the Ask Here desk at the Quincy Public Library. Guys?
All you need to do is ask when you have those questions.
I know, sometimes you just see people kind of wandering around, and sometimes you can be there 10 to 15 minutes longer than what you really need to be.
Well, it's time to check in with KHQA's own Chad Douglas, who is live in the field this morning. He's at the Quincy Public Library.
That's right. He's showing us what a library has to offer and let us know it's okay to ask questions.
That's right. Good morning, Chad.
It's totally okay to ask questions. Good morning, guys. We actually just came back from outside. We were out looking for the meteors and didn't see any, but we'll check again here just before dawn. Katie Krauser from the Quincy Public Library joins us. We were talking in our last segment about the card catalog has kind of gone to the wayside. So you come to the library now, how do you find a book?
Well, first thing you do is go to one of our catalog computers. We have 5 of them scattered throughout the building in the main area. And then we also have it available online from anywhere. So if you're logged into one of our computers and you're on our website, then you can just click where it says search our catalog, and it will take you to something that looks very much like this. You can enter your search term. It's very much like a Google search. The last update of the catalog that we had, they were really trying to make it more user-friendly. So you can put in any combination, title, author, subject, main character's name, anything that's going to be in that catalog record is searchable. And so the book that you were looking at earlier, we looked that up, Stretch Therapy, and it's showing, here it is on the screen. It shows that it is available. That means that it's on the shelf. There's one copy that's here. If it shows that a 0 next to that available, that means that somebody else has it checked out. But at least we own it, and so then you can place a hold on it. Okay. Now, if there's a book that you're looking for that is not here in our catalog and you need to interlibrary loan it, then we can fill out that paper form that we were talking about earlier. Or we do have an online access to WorldCat, which is an OCLC database, and you can log into it, pulled up the same book, and down here there's a little button that says connect or borrow this item from another library. That's the interlibrary loan link. And so if you're logged into this system, you can just click there and enter some information, and it will automatically send a message to our interlibrary loan staff.
And of course, as we mentioned earlier too, excuse me, more than just books here, we're going to delve into everything else you can get here at the Quincy Public Library, and it all starts right there at the Ask Here desk.
All right, thanks, Chad. Well, time to check in with KHQA's own Chad Douglas, who is live at the Quincy Public Library this morning.
That's right. Good morning, Chad. Have you found what you're looking for?
Good morning, guys. We're talking about e-readers now and iPads. We have an iPad mini in hand with Katie Krauser here at the Quincy Public Library, because if you have one of these, there's still no reason why you shouldn't come visit.
Absolutely. You can learn
In fact, you might want to come visit because you have one of those.
Yes. Anybody that has an e-reader loves to read their books on their device, of course, and the Quincy Public Library wants to make it as easy as possible. So we do offer through the Alliance Digital Media Library, which is a consortium of libraries that all share the same collection. We order ebooks, and then patrons can download them for free from the Quincy Public Library. Depending on what kind of a device you have, you can download the app, which is Overdrive Media Console. That's what we have on the iPad mini. That works on Nooks. It works on Sony's. I mean, there are all kinds of Nexus. A lot of the different brands will do that. If you have a Kindle, it works a little bit differently, but we can always talk to you about that in one of our Book a Librarian sessions. It's really just very simple to do, and we just love helping people do this. There are books on here for any interest. We've got bestsellers, we've got children's books, fiction, nonfiction. We were talking about kids earlier, so we have some of the the children's books up here, and you can download them. It's really, really easy to do. You just, if you're in the app, oh, it's not giving me internet, but if you're in the app, you can just tap on it, borrow the book, download it, and it's right there as long as you're connected. You can do this from anywhere that you have wireless access for your device. Cool. If you can connect on your device, you can get your books from the library.
You mentioned something interesting there, Book a Librarian. We're anxious to hear about that, and we're going to do so coming up in about 5 to 7 minutes, guys.
All right, can't wait to find out other things. I mean, you could do so much at the Quincy Public Library.
I know. We always say it's more than just books.
Well, it's time to check in with KHQA's own Chad Douglas, who is out and about in the tri-state area this morning. He's at the Quincy Public Library.
That's right. He's been showing us all morning what the library has to offer, and of course, more tips.
Yep, it's the Ask Here desk, and we're here with Katie Krauser with the Quincy Public Library talking about booking a librarian. You think when you book something, it's like a trip.
Right. But in this instance, if you want some special help in any of the things that we offer, if you need to learn how to use a computer, if you want to set up an email account but you're not really sure how to do that, even if you want to learn how to use Facebook or get deeper into the library's collections with our genealogy information or using your e-reader or something like that, one of the services that we do offer is Book a Librarian. And the best thing to do if you are interested in that is to call the reference desk, the Ask Here desk, and talk to Bobby Mock or give your information and what you would really like to learn about to the reference librarians so that we can set up a time, schedule it to have you come in, maybe do a half-hour session and talk about the things that you're interested in and help you get started with those, especially when it comes to genealogy or the e-readers or some of those online programs that you're interested in. It really is nice to have that one-on-one contact and be able to ask those questions that may seem silly in your head, but are actually really important when you're sitting down and trying to accomplish something. So we love offering that, and we would love to have opportunity to do that more and really give that one-on-one. Another service that a lot of libraries offer is Reader's Advisory. So if you enjoy a certain author, if you really love James Patterson, but you've read everything that he's written and you want to find out what else to do, you can come and talk to us about that and let us know, what the appeals are that really make you read and make you delve into a book, and we'll help you find other authors that will have that same appeal factor.
Very nice. But again, just to reiterate, to book a librarian, you call first so you get your scheduled appointment and you don't just kind of come in. That way you get your specialized treatments. We'll be back with more from the Quincy Public Library in just a few minutes. Kristen?
Thanks, Chad. Well, it's time to check in with KHQA's Chad Douglas, who is live at the Quincy Public Library this morning.
I know. I still want to see his selfie with his kids.
Chad, you need to send us a selfie.
I'm sitting there going, I don't know how I could recreate my selfies because my kids don't really look like me, but I guess that's not the point. It's just the image. I'll think about that. In the meantime, Katie Krauser from the Quincy Public Library is here to tell us how we can buy things from the library, so to speak.
So to speak, yes. On our library catalog, one of the things that the company that created the catalog has in their system is that if you really need that item that you're looking for, that bestseller book or the most recent DVDs or something like that, and our library doesn't have it available to check out right now, there's a button on the catalog called Buy It Now. And what that does is that it takes you to an Amazon page for that item, and you can click on that item and purchase it, and portion of the proceeds from your sale, from your purchase, goes back to the library. They kick that back to us, and it helps support the library services and programs.
This can be anything on Amazon, but
exactly,
you have to go through your kind of portal.
Right. If you go through our website and go through the catalog and click on that Buy It Now button for something, and it will take you to the Amazon page. It will recognize your IP address and keep track of that. You do have to do it, every once in a while. I think it lasts for about 2 weeks. It'll keep track of that. And then anything that you purchase from Amazon during that time, a portion of those sales come back to the library to support us. So we were talking about, Christmas presents or birthday presents, emergency, cars, something like that. Anything that you're purchasing on Amazon, as long as you've started out from the Quincy Public Library catalog, will help support the library. And that just is one of those ways. It's really easy for patrons to support the library that way. And it's just a simple button, and you get all of those good things from Amazon.
So you get it, the library gets money, all good things. So look at all the stuff we've learned here, all thanks to the Ask Here desk at the Quincy Public Library. Guys.
You know what? Chad can totally do a kid selfie.
Yeah, he could.
He could. Just take them side by side. You're good to go.
Yeah.